in it, but I don't think that it's something that we should. I think that there are more important issues than what the Oscars are doing in our communities. You know what I mean?
Well,
that we are in control of.
Well, even outside the Oscars, I'm just talking about Hollywood in general. Why is there a movie? What was the Asian movie that just came out? The anime movie the one that came from a anime into a movie. I can't think of the one. I can't think of the movie. But anyway, it was a all white cast, and it should have been Asians playing. And the same thing with the Tom Cruise, but the Great Wall or something. That was another one. Yeah. You know what I mean? That one. Then you got
Matt Damon. Or
Matt Damon was
that.
Right. You got the Gods of Egypt played by
white people.
Of course, that's an injustice. I mean, that's just completely white people whitewashing history like they love to do. You know what I mean? Because it benefits their narrative. They just want to maintain complete domination in all aspects of life. You know what I mean? So, of course, we have to call them out on their crap. You know what I mean? We can't sit here and stand for stuff like that. And the problem is that, when black folks complain about stuff, we're seen as troublemakers. But when white people complain about stuff, things change. Why? Because economics. The white people pay. It's just economics. So I hate to sound so jaded and so unenthused or about the issues that we have, but I feel like we've been talking about these issues for years and years and years and years, and like we slowly make progress, and and it's never enough. It's just never enough. So as long as we're Americans, we're gonna have to fight. Can you imagine America where there wasn't conflict? This country has been in conflict most of its for 75% of its life.
Right.
So.
Right.
Since existence.
And then and
we
other
thrive off of conflict.
Really?
That's true. There's some other back on Hollywood entertainment. There was some movies. The one coming out this week. The Detroit movie.
No, it's next Friday, August 4th.
Yeah, Detroit. That's one. That's a story untold, but
about the riots in Detroit.
Right, we're gonna be upset about that, and I feel like there should be one about the Tulsa Black Wall Street story, because that's ridiculous. When I looked at a documentary.
You watched the documentary.
I mean, I'm sure that those ideas are being floated around, and I hope somebody has the courage enough to make that movie, because and a lot of times the problem when it comes to discrimination and white supremacy is that white people don't know what the truth is.
True.
You know what I mean? A lot of them think that slavery was just they weren't really slaves. They were well taken care of. They had access to health care and food.
They were fed every day.
Their slave masters loved them. They were fed every day. They didn't get beaten. You know what I mean? Women weren't raped. It was just they think of it as, they were just working.
Right.
And they had free housing. You know what I mean?
Wow.
That's what they really think.
Wow.
So a lot of times the problem is that that white people don't even know the history of their own country. You know what I mean? They don't understand why we hold. They don't understand that our DNA are the remnants of slavery. You know what I mean? They don't understand why we can't just put that behind us. You know what I mean? Half the time they don't even know what happened. They don't talk about that kind of stuff in their communities. You know what I mean? In the Bible it says it was okay to beat your slaves and rape your wife. So, they're not going to talk about stuff like that those kind of topics don't come up at the dinner table for these communities. They don't even have black friends. What do they care about slavery? They just think it's something that happened. You know what I mean? They just think it happens, something that happened centuries ago and has nothing to do with them. But meanwhile, they're benefiting from it. America is who it is because of slavery. You know what I mean?
And they
300 years of free labor.
Exactly. And then the legacy that their grandparents and their great grandparents and their lineage affords them. My lineage didn't afford me that, because my family, my descendants didn't. I mean, my ancestors, they weren't able to leave me the land that they worked because it didn't belong to them because they were working for somebody else.
Right.
And not to mention that the government gave white people housing.
Hello.
They gave white people property. You know what I mean? We didn't get nothing.
Or they gave them a subsidy
They
gave them a subsidy to pay minimum monies in cash for properties that they gave him. They damn near gave them. So I mean, all these things are why they are so much ahead. I feel like because we didn't start out the same playing field. You know, they had a much longer head start.
Right.
But it's up to us to change that narrative again, change the legacy, change, I talk about this all the time, babe. I talk about, us creating generational wealth, leaving something, an inheritance to our children, and they leave more to their children, not just monies, but something. And it's what it's values, morals. They want the money too. Real estate, I mean, knowledge, it just has to be, it has to change.
That's true. That's true.
Well, a lot of times also is that we have to know our history. We really have to know our history. So, the more confident we become in who we are as people, the easier it will be for us to change. So, I think that for me, I used to live in a world where, white people aren't that bad. I know racism exists, but it doesn't affect me. Oh, the government is good. They're going to do what they say they're going to do. White people aren't really racist or bigots. And guess what happened? Trayvon Martin. Wow. And then Mike Brown. Because I've been really doing this politics thing heavy for a while, and as far back as when blogging became popular, even back then, if you read the comments, you could see the hate.
Right.
And then it exploded with Trayvon Martin. It exploded, and it really showed you who America is. You know what I mean? And because of Trayvon Martin, police officers and vigilantes were given a green light to murder black people in the street. So I think that for a lot of us, a lot of activists, a lot of people who have been researching our history, Trayvon Martin was a big wake-up call for a lot of us. And, that's when the conversation changed. The national conversation started to change. And that's why, you have the election that you have. You know what I mean? Because America's first sin is slavery. And racists don't like to be called racist because it's a sin. You know what I mean? So if you're telling them that they're sinners, they're going to do everything that they can to prove that you're wrong. You know what I mean? White people don't want to be called racist.
Right.
But at the same time, they don't even understand that they're trying to make it seem like we're the racists. We're talking about racism.
We're talking about racism.
When you mention it, when you bring it up, it's you. Why is race always a factor?
Always race. Y'all always race.
Yes, right. You always assert race.
Right. Hey, question, right? And I'm gonna let y'all wrap up after that. What is a public affairs consultant? For me, when you said it, I'm sitting here like, are you like Olivia Pope? I'm trying to figure that out here.
Yes. Yes.
That is.
So I work in a lot of what I do because of my government. I don't do as much lobbying, meaning I'm not up on the Hill every day. But ideally, what I would love to do in my career is be a lobbyist. So a public affairs person is somebody who works in a public space, and you can either work with the public, with corporations, individuals, or with the government. And because I have such a broad skill set, my work and what I do falls under public affairs.
Wow. And people actually hire you to do that. That is awesome. That is that makes sense, but that is awesome. I'm like, wow. I mean, I'm sorry. My wife said I say wow too much, so I'm trying to use another word. I'm like, great. Is that better?
Interesting.
Yes, I'll be happy awesome when I get more on the lobbying side.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll be really happy when I pick up, people on the lobbying side. But that's coming as well. I got some projects coming up that I'll keep you guys informed about.
Definitely. Definitely. All right, I'm gonna let y'all say y'all last statement. Angela, let you go first.
No, let her go first. She's the guest.
All right, you go first. I'll answer you first.
Well, thank you guys so much for having me. I mean, I'm happy to talk about politics all day long. I hope that I've given you guys some food for thought and some ideas to think about. And I hope that we can do this again soon.
Oh yeah, most definitely.
Well, thank you so much for your time tonight. I mean, you are a wealth of knowledge, and we really appreciate you giving us this hour and almost 2 hours, an hour and 40 minutes of your time to talk about a little bit of everything, and just to get your insight and what your thoughts are around everything. So thanks for sharing that with us and with Kysii's audience and the Kickin with Kysii show. And we can't wait to hear what you're doing, and call us back as soon as you get that big that lobbyist job to celebrate over the air. Have virtual champagne. Alrighty.
Yeah, that's right. And
thank you so much.
Absolutely.
Right.
Many blessings.
And my statement here is thank you very much. Like I said, we went to high school together, so I remember you from way back, like way back to, what I'm saying, we were in a band together. I saw the growth.
Our parents actually know each other.
Exactly. And you know what? And that was actually my last statement was, Frank will be proud of you today.
Aww.
That's her father.
Oh, well, thank you so much.
Yep.
You guys your mom is one of the very few people that knew my mom. So,
wow.
You guys, we have a really special connection.
Yeah. Yes. And, yep. And your father is in the heavenly space as well as mine. They're looking down on us right now, and
they're very proud. They're very proud.
Very
proud of you.
They're
both.
very proud.
Thank you. Yes.
All right, guys. I look forward to hearing from you guys soon.
Take care.
I appreciate it, and keep me informed of everything you got going on, etc. And I'll give you back. Have a good night.
Do the same.
All right. Look at Mike Smith.
Good night.
Show up at the last second. He also went to school with us.
Oh, now you want to come in the chat, Mike.
Hey, Mike, I gonna show up at the last second, like, hey, how you doing?
Mike done missed the whole thing, and now he want to show up.
Yeah, man. What's good, Mike? Silverback up in here. Yeah, so thanks, baby, for definitely tagging in here and jumping in here with us. You know what I'm saying? I know you're very passionate. My wife, she's going to go upstairs right now, turn on CNN, because that's what puts her to sleep. Outside of me putting her to sleep, the CNN actually puts her to sleep as well when I'm not available.
What the heck are you talking about?
Don't worry about it.
It's going to go over people's heads. Going too far now.
It's going over people's heads, you know what I'm saying?
No, it's not. Y'all see how he act? He likes to show out.
Listen,
he really does. Glad the company's gone, y'all. Now his family, he is really going to show out.
You did very well there. You know, somebody lost money, somebody won money. The bets was in here. You know what I mean? And you kept it, and Vern's Lacefield in his chat right now.
Really, Vern?
Right. So Vern got more cuss words than you said tonight.
I told you I was going to be on my best behavior.
Right. So they actually had a number on Vern, and he put like 8 fucks in a row.
Just
Trump.
because.
I don't know, just because he could say that, man.
Okay.
So
I hope your mama's not listening to the show.
Listen.
All this cussing that burned on.
Oh, Dwayne Thomas was over here too. What's up, Dwayne? Another 757 bad news representing.
Dwayne.
Welcome, brother. Yeah, man. Are you hearing GA still, Mike, or did you go back to the crib?
Really, baby? You gonna just talk to people on the air that's in the chat?
That's what I do. This is a podcast, the chat room.
All right, I'm about to go to bed. Good night, y'all.
We see out, you know what I'm saying? I'm wrapping up these last couple minutes here because that's what I can do. I like talking to myself, per se, as my wife said.
And you like hearing yourself talk.
I do. I got headphones
Jesus.
on, so I do hear myself. You know what I mean? Anyway, my wife is entertaining highly. I brought her on because she's an entertainer.